I know more about dandyism than anybody.
I didn't say anybody.
I'm the dandiest. They call me Dandy Donnie. That's what they call me because I know more about I know more about black culture. No, frankly, seriously, people don't believe this, but I know about black culture more than the blacks. I know more about black more than the blacks.
You're saying black wrong. He turns black into three. It's like black.
More than Kamala, more than Obama, more than the blacks. Okay.
So back to what I was saying.
What's up, friends, family, and fans? Welcome to L.I.F.E Podcast. This is where we listen and inspire friends and entertainment.
And everywhere.
That's right, because you know what? Life happens to everyone. So you're not the only one dealing with the problems right now. There's someone dealing with a problem just like yours. And this gives you a little hope. Even worse. So smile, baby. Smile.
I've always struggled with this because we say this a lot. We'll say, be thankful for the problems we have because it could be worse, or someone is always dealing with worse. Why do we have
right? It makes it, we're not. I know, because it makes it sound like, thank God someone's worse off than I am.
Life is worse than mine.
That's not the attitude. The attitude is more of gratitude.
It sure comes off that way.
I know it does. So for whoever just lost limbs and stuff, we apologize because we didn't mean that. Man, let's just move on. So, all right. So we have the Met Gala coming up. I never understood the Met Gala. So one, I always thought it was just, the Metropolitan Museum of Art, and they had some kind of a fundraiser, which I never really understood. And then a bunch of celebrities showed up wearing all these crazy outfits. I mean, some are beautiful, some are ridiculous, in my opinion, of course. And that was it. And I was like, if this isn't just the epitome of just first world extraness, but that's because I didn't understand it.
I always thought it was, because I still don't know if I really understand it. I always looked at it as just the opportunity for designers to design outside of what cultural norms were.
Actually,
to really be creative and do something.
Probably.
That's
it.
really
Probably does give them a showcase. So like I tell most people when I don't know something, I Google it. So I Googled it. So come to find out that one is it's pretty expensive to run a museum. So apparently the Met is like $6 million a year.
That's it? That sounds low.
It can't be a month.
Yes, it can. But go ahead.
It's $6 million per something.
Okay.
To run it.
Maybe a quarter. I will put it at a quarter. I'll put it at.
All right. Well, that part I didn't really Google or read. Okay. But it's expensive to run a museum.
I'm on it.
And there's a portion of that museum called the costume something.
Okay.
That has to do with fashion.
Gotcha. You didn't really Google that part either?
Sure. And so this gala raises money for that procreation part. All right. So I get it. I said, okay, so you need money. Go ahead. You found something?
Oh, did I?
What?
Jesus Christ.
Please don't say a day.
Probably. The Metropolitan Museum of Art's operating costs exceeded $402 million in 2023-24.
So
that's $1 million. That's over $1 million a day.
That's 40. You said 402 million?
Yeah. For the year. So that's over $1 million a day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, your Google. What you using? Ask Jeeves?
I don't know. Maybe I looked up DuckDuckGo. Great for privacy, not so great for information. But anyway, sorry. So it's expensive.
Yes.
And so that's what. So they had this fundraiser, and then there's a whole lot of politics that go into this crap too, because you had the lady who is the CEO or whatever of Condé Nast, which is that big publishing company, and they have Cosmopolitan and Vogue, I think, and all this kind of stuff. So she's a powerhouse in that whole industry. It's a lot like The Devil Wears Prada.
Yeah.
What's her name? The actress in The Devil Wears Prada. You know what I'm talking about.
I do.
Yeah. So y'all can Google that. So look, y'all, it's early, and I'm on 4 hours of sleep right now. So anyway, so she has all the singing. So what happens is people buy tables, or companies buy tables, maybe like a table of 10 for like $350,000, because the tickets are like $75,000 a piece. But a company can buy a table of 10 for like $350,000, and celebrities are then invited to come to the gala, and then they don't even pick where they sit. They're sat at certain tables, and not all celebrities wear what they want. Sometimes for a celebrity to attend, then you have to wear this.
I thought it was a sponsorship for a designer.
Yeah, it is. The designer said you have to, the designers would do it, and then you have to wear this designer's clothes. Right. So sometimes you might see Pharrell walking around something, you'd be like, why are he wearing that? Well, he has to wear it in order to go. So I found out how it all works, all right? And all that money goes to the museum. I said, okay, so that's what the Met Gala is. Made a little bit more sense. Still first world problems, but it's all good. Now, this whole thing that's coming up, so they're focusing on Black culture for this one. And as a term that's being thrown around called dandyism.
Now, I got nothing else. So when you sent this, I'm going to tell you what happened.
Okay.
And I think you caught on to this by now. When I was reading the notes, the world's going to stop, but it's okay.
Okay.
Johnny did not know this word.
Whoa, wait. Screenshot, your screen record. Hey, rewind what that, rewind. So we're at probably like 30 seconds. Rewind 20 seconds and then hit screen record.
I was reading.
Because you're not going to hear this again.
I didn't know. And a lot of times when I'm reading at 3 o'clock in the morning and I don't know something, I don't research and I just blew past it. And I think I blacked it out and was just like...
Just so y'all know, I try to research the topics that we talk about.
No.
If I don't know it by life experience. So you're going to get real information from me. This whole top of the dome crap that this guy be doing, I can't. They ain't got nothing to do with me.
In my defense, most of the time, my top of the dome is more expert than most people's research. That's another thing now.
Oh, okay, Trump.
No. So
go ahead.
No.
I know more about dandyism than anybody.
I didn't say anybody.
I'm the dandiest. They call me Donald Dan.
I didn't
That's
say
what they call me. They call me Dandy Donnie. That's what they call me because I know more about I know more about Black culture. No, frankly, seriously, people don't believe this, but I know about Black culture more than the blacks. I know more about Black more than the blacks.
You're saying black wrong. He turns black into 3. It's like black.
Oh, blacks.
It's
more
black.
than the blacks.
You gotta hit
more than Kamala, more than Obama, more than the blacks. Okay.
So that's one of my weaknesses, I guess, is like when I do come across something that I'm not versed in and I'm not focused in the research at the moment, it doesn't register.
Okay, so we get it.
So yeah, I didn't know. So I have no idea what this is. I don't know what the word means, and you're about to educate me right now.
I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna do my best because I did research it, and again, on
His
4
research
hours,
just don't stick.
4 hours of sleep. I don't know if it's not.
Research don't
but
stick.
Back to the whole thing. So this theme of the Met Gala is Superfine. All right, tailoring Black style.
Okay.
So they're focusing on, and which is great because look, Black culture influences everything. I'm not just saying that because I'm pro-Black, and I'm not saying it just because I am Black. It really does. Like when we touch stuff, we take it to another level. I don't care if it's in sports, I don't care if it's in music, I don't care if it's in fashion, whatever it is. We just take it up a notch, and that's not even bragging. It's just facts. So when it comes to fashion, that's what they're doing. They're honoring Black style, and they have a different theme every year.
Yes.
So dandyism, as a matter of fact, I'm going to put on the end of this an interview that was done by the editor-in-chief of Complex Magazine.
Okay.
She sat down with 3 people. One of them I knew, a guy named Dapper Dan. Hip-hop, back he fashioned everybody. Yep. Like if you watch the Run DMC, for example, documentary on Netflix, they went to Dapper Dan. Everyone went to Dapper Dan for their clothes. Drug dealers, everybody. But he was one of the people on here. But they did a really great job breaking down just the whole history. They went back to Renaissance era on the roots of where dandyism came from and stuff like that. So instead of butchering it, I'm gonna put that at the end of this so you guys can see exactly what dandyism is.
Can I read the definition?
Oh yeah, go ahead, please.
I want to do this
at least. But I still encourage y'all to watch her podcast or watch that interview.
Yeah, it might have come late, but I Googled.
It's all good.
Now the cool thing about this particular Google is it forced me to search something else up that I didn't know.
Okay,
but we'll get to that. All right, dandyism is a style and manner of dress and conduct characterized by a fastidious and refined attention to personal appearance and grooming. Now
we looked up fastidious.
I had to look up fastidious because I was like, that sounds familiar, but I don't know.
I don't know what fastidious is.
This sentence is just repetitious because fastidious fastidious just means attention to detail. So they said fastidious.
So read that again, but replace the word fastidious.
Oh, well, don't just remove it. Dandyism is a style and manner of dress and conduct characterized by a refined attention to personal appearance and grooming. That's if you remove.
So it's just a style of fashion. It's a style of dress
with a very astute attention to detail.
Okay,
that's all it is. And when you see the tie prepping,
right,
all that kind of stuff, that would fall under dandyism, I would assume.
Okay, wow. Yeah. Okay, so Yankee Doodle Dandy. I'm a Yankee Doodle Dandy.
I don't know if that fits.
I wonder.
Well, actually, you know what?
Google that one. I want to know what that means.
Okay.
I want to know what that means. So while he's looking that up, we're going to talk about the whole kind of theme of the Met Gala. So the whole thing was the whole black fashion as a cultural resistance in high art. All right. Now, to me, when I first read that, I was like, what's cultural resistance exactly? And it's things where, let's take, for example, Tommy Hilfiger. When Tommy made his clothes, right? Tommy didn't really make them clothes for black folk.
No.
At the end of the day.
We appropriated those clothes.
Yeah, but once we took it and we put it in our videos and we started, all of a sudden, Tommy
then he
Hilfiger
reappropriated it.
the heck up, right? Yeah. But
symbiotic appropriatism is what I think that was.
Probably. But like the whole cultural resistance thing is where, there are some clothing sectors and stuff like that were not meant for black people to wear,
right.
and on purpose. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's like, this is not for y'all. And so obviously we can come up with our own things, but with this whole movement, with the whole Superfine thing, and it shows that, look, you don't want to keep us out of it, because if you put it on us or we appropriate it or if we adopt it, it goes to a whole nother level.
Yeah.
And so that's one of the kind of themes that's being highlighted in this whole Met Gala thing.
Is it being... I don't know if I'm going to approach this the right way. I'm going to try, because this is unprepared. This is off the top. So let's see how we do.
All right.
With the understanding that when something is given to the African American community, it becomes a financial springboard for whoever the creator is. Mm-hmm. Is this being used at the Met with the intention of it becoming a financial springboard, with the understanding that that's what happens when you add black culture to just about anything? Does that make sense?
It makes perfect sense. And speaking as an outsider,
does that make this on the nose is what I'm asking.
I know what you're saying. I wouldn't say on the nose, only because I don't know if that part necessarily is part of the premise of why they're doing it. Because at this point, I don't really know a whole lot of design houses that design to keep black people out at this point. I really don't. Because I see too many of them, keyword, appropriating our culture, where they're trying to get us to wear their stuff and showcase their stuff.
Trying to get certain of us to wear their stuff and showcase it.
Well, you're not certain of us, but, because they're like, to stay away from hip hop, or rap, because that's a whole nother podcast. So I don't know.
Yves Saint Laurent has been messing with Lenny Kravitz forever, but
well, like with Polo.
Have they grabbed Usher yet?
Well, like Polo, right? There was this whole like culture like in New York called the L.I.F.E, right? It was really meant like for them. Mm-hmm. But when they realized it can be bigger than that, they went and grabbed Tyson Beckford.
Yep.
And now all of a sudden, poof.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, there's a business and a politics to it for sure. As far as if that's one of the main reasons why Met is doing this and making this the theme this year, I honestly don't know. Because Pharrell is on the board. Mm-hmm. A$AP Rocky's on the board.
I didn't know that. Okay.
He's on the board this year. And Pharrell's been on the board like...
He's forever.
A bunch of times.
He's a vampire. He's been on it since I've been out of high school.
He does at age. So I don't know if, somewhere in a board meeting, they were like, look, we need to look at black fashion. I don't know if that happened or what. That part I can't speak about. So, maybe they'll cover it in that interview, though.
My second question behind that would be this. Because even in my media days, when Met Gala time came around, I never dove deep into the Met Gala. I was fully surface level. Who wore what? Was this crazy? Did this look cool? Right. Talk about that, and then let callers kind of fill in.
You were just looking for the nip slips.
That's kind of all I did. Yeah, exactly. I mean,
that's a whole nother time. That's become a thing.
No, it's not. It is. It has always been a thing.
It's become an on purpose thing.
Yes. No. Okay. There we go. Yeah, absolutely.
It is literally becoming an on purpose thing.
Yeah, and I think it's an amazing revolution from butt chaps to this. If you look at what. No.
Because butt chaps were never a thing.
What?
Prince did it once and that was the only level that it ever happened. You'd never just accidentally scrolled and saw butt chaps on your timeline. I literally just
You didn't have timelines back then. What are you talking about?
Well, yeah. I mean,
so whatever was the timeline.
You're right. So
at
it
the
is
time,
hard to compare apples to apples.
I'm just
all right.
So I said revolution. I meant evolution from the butt chap to this because that's what it is. We've evolved from whatever timelines were and butt chaps to having timelines and nip slips. That's where
butt chaps
anyway
came to your mind.
What I'm trying to get to is are we getting to a point now? And I wanted to ask you this question specifically because your finger, I think, is on this pulse more than mine is now.
Tasha would so disagree.
No.
Shout out to my boy Kwame. Kwame would be like, excuse me, Johnny. Stone has no sense of fashion, sir. Shout out to Kwame Waters, fashion designer extraordinaire, Candy, and a whole bunch of other stuff.
Yeah. The question is this. Are we, as a culture, are we accepting the fact that we fully understand that our power does lie in our blackness, and no matter what we incorporate into that is going to blossom? And in doing so, are we becoming okay now with that being used for these business ventures, with the understanding that it's going to be making money off of it, even if we don't get to touch those dollars?
Boom. That last part.
You know it's coming.
Hopefully. Because look how long so this whole, what Pastor Jamal Bryant did with Target, right? Because I know he and Al Sharpton did it, but Pastor Jamal's approach was better and more effective. This was the first time where I've actually seen us kind of even scratch the surface to remind America how potent our black dollars are. I mean, this was the first time where literally Target is like, okay, we need to figure something out, where they actually made a comment about our in-store traffics are horrible, our stocks are dropping. Yeah. But we've been trying to get black people to do that for a minute. Like whenever they act dumb with us, take our dollars away. Sure. Oh, they'll come crawling back. And it's taken us forever to realize that. So are we realizing it now? I can't 100% say yes. I mean, I think the Target, to me, in my lifetime, has been the very first time we've actually gotten a clue like, oh, wow. You know what I mean? Because black folks are also very good at, hey, I know what y'all are trying to do, but I'm trying to get me some, and then they can give an F.
Right.
We are known to do that.
No, of course.
You know what I mean?
Guilty. I've also done it too because Target's really close to my house.
My point. And then we'll whine and complain why nothing happens, why we're not having an impact. Yeah. Now on a higher level, more in your C-level suite type stuff, is I don't think we get it yet because, and I don't know if we're trying to be okay with them, if you will, appropriating and using it on purpose because we're not seeing the dollars. Okay. You know what I mean? So, and it gets rough. Like, I'm not getting into conspiracies or anything. I just think it's ironic that when Diddy stuck his chest out to the liquor companies, all of a sudden, Diddy was doing some things that aren't very legal out of nowhere.
Ain't no irony there.
I'm not in it, so I'm not. All I can say is, so even when we do create our own stuff, you know, I mean, shout out to Russell Simmons and Damon John and all those that really did a great job breaking the ceiling there. I mean, they're not the first, but you know, these are names that come to mind. Yeah. There's still that contention at that level,
of course,
where it will keep us from being at Yves Saint Laurent or you know, Tommy Hilfiger or something like that.
So, I generated 2 follow-up questions out of the one. This is my research on the fly. I'm feeling proud about this. I think that was a good question. The third and final one would be, does this, because it's the Met Gala doing it, and like I said, as a media personality, I always looked at the Met as just, and I knew it was a fundraiser, but I looked at it as just entertainment. Mm-hmm. With an entertainment platform like this, and this could be a catch-22 type of question, I'm not sure. With them putting the spotlight on black dandyism, does that reduce our effectiveness to just being for entertainment only, even though it's generating very real fiscal revenue?
Well, it depends. So one of the reasons why this is happening is because you had some black designers buy a table because most black designers couldn't afford to even go to the Met. Right. So that's one of the big reasons, and that's great. But my question is going to be, how much highlight is going to be shown on the black designers? So, because we're calling it black fashion, but you can put a black person in some, YSL, and it'll get lost under the whole black fashion because you have a black person who's fashionable.
Yep.
But that's not necessarily is that black fashion though. So that it can go one or two ways. Either you didn't be like, oh, that looks good on Pharrell. Oh, Jay-Z or whatever looks great in that. Who's that designer? Oh, it was, Choo Choo, or what's her name? Stacy Choo, whatever it is. I'm not a fashion person, y'all, as you know. But, and no disrespect to the name, I just got it mixed up. But, it was like, oh, they're wearing some high name designer. Let me go look at that high name designer. But if that high name designer isn't a black designer, almost kind of defeats the purpose of the gala. Yeah. So that's what I'm gonna look for, is like how much spotlight and shine and promotion is being given to the literal black designers. Yeah. That's how this thing will win.
You got me. I'm interested now. I'm gonna pay more attention now because we've had this conversation, looking for that exact thing. I'm fully expecting it though to, within a month, be reduced to, hey, this was this entertainment thing. I don't know what's going to. Now, if something else does come out of it and it grows and it sparks this wildfire of development for black designers, awesome. Yeah. I'm not expecting it to do more than raise a little bit of the money for the museum. That's how I'm seeing it.
Right.
And it will be, once again, an amazing pedestal to, achieve said goal. And then not much reciprocation will be returned to the community that was used on that platform for said generation.
Organized to be one big fat appropriation.
Exactly.
Event. So a good takeaway from this, man. My little inspirational piece, because we are listening and inspiring friends in entertainment. So basically, so look. The way you show up, how you speak, how you dress, and how you move, it can be a powerful act of self-definition and influence. Take it seriously, and just always know your influence and your reputation enters the room before you do. So take a lot of thought into that. All right. So I encourage you guys to watch this video, the interview done, and on the whole black thing. And I'm not really great with the names right now, and that's probably horrible and very non-professional of me. But this is a very low-key.
We family.
Oh yeah, we family.
We invite y'all to our living room.
So the video that just got suggested, the one that got suggested, watch that.
I don't know the video either.
Yeah, but it really is good. They do a really great deep dive into black fashion and dandyism and all of that.
When Stone closes his eyes like that, when he
sleepy. Yo, L.I.F.E on podcast.com. That's where you can find everything. You can watch us or just listen to us. And usually the latest 10 podcasts are there, so you don't have to surf all over the place. You can also follow me if you want, stonestafford.com. And just, learn about me. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and all that kind of stuff. You can even now schedule a massage therapy session. He is official. Well, he'll be official in 6 months. But I've been official, but I'll have my paperwork in 6 months.
Just Johnny Vaughn, J-U-S-T.
Ladies only. Go ahead.
J-U-S-T-J-O-N-Y-V-A-N, all over the stuff.
Yo, we love y'all. Thanks for watching and supporting. We out. Peace.
So back to what I was saying.